All right, hello everybody. It took me a minute to get everything all figured out, but we're back up and running, at least for the moment. I'm going to try and get as much time in as I can. Unfortunately, my friggin' job keeps wanting to screw with me all the time, and so my schedule is just up in the air now. YouTube sitting there. Okay, so the way I run this channel, this is hilarious to me. The way I run this is I have my phone out so I can view y'all's chats when y'all send me in something. And lo and behold, YouTube goes, "Hey, would you like to censor your channel?" That's not what they say. They say moderate instead of censorship. Would you like to censor your channel so that people can be safe on it? Motherfucker, if people are not safe here, I don't know where they're not going to be safe at. There ain't nothing out here to screw with you. We're on a barren planet in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, so I just thought I'd throw that out there and you guys could have a nice laugh off of it. Anywho, we have a situation here today. I screwed up offline or outside of the live streaming aspect of this channel. And lost the Hemet. We also lost the forklift to a glitch. We still have the buggy, but we lost the Hemet. I've attempted to go get it, but it has not worked out in my favor. So, today, I've decided to just build a land ship and just go get it. When I say land ship, we're going to build a gigantic, oversized rover that's going to be able to just traverse over the land and get where we need to go. That's the plan here today. We're going to build something great. That's what we're here to do. We're going to build some cool stuff today. So, also, tell me what y'all thought about the base assault that we did a while back. I'm planning on... I've been running around the base doing so much... Oh, that's right. We forgot to do all the updates to the base. So, here I am, being an idiot. I have started working on finishing up the base. Now we have a fully enclosed refinery area, so we don't have to worry about, stuff hits it. It's got to go through some glass. It's got to go through some panels and stuff. To get up there, I have a ladder to acquire the roof, so we can climb on up it. We also have a vehicle down. I'm not sure why that thing does not want to stay where it's at. We're going to have to figure some stuff out. But I'm back to 4 miners again. One of them is working constantly. The other ones I have used and had them go do some stuff, but they're kind of just like staying around. We're trying to figure out how to send these things out. We're also having some conveyor issues. I'm not sure what the conveyor issue is. And I've had some issues with the Blackhawk. I think I'm going to have to take that thing down. I will blueprint that thing. I'll complete it up, blueprint it. You guys can go ahead and take a look at it if you want. Well, we got 4 of the mini miners. And so far, we've got plenty of just junk to work with. So right now, I'm working on getting stuff completed. I also have the command center completed on top of the base. It is now fully enclosed. So other than some windowing and another landing pad, the main part of the base is almost complete. We go up here, we come on in and check that baby out. So we have a radar right now. I've got to install a radar so we can see what we're looking at. Range is like 600 meters. We also have plenty of just random stuff. I need Gomer to come in here and see what he wants to make some of these consoles do when he comes in and looks at them. We've got a button panel system over here that we just haven't done much with. I also have a script running which tells me all the components we've got, so if I start running low on something, I can start making it. We're now up to 3 Prototech frames, and I believe we have a Prototech... Yeah, we have 1 Prototech cooling unit. I did this on holographic projection because I thought that looked a little bit cooler. We also have our ores in here. We've got a bunch of scrap, a bunch of ice, a bunch of stone that I have not finished up yet. I don't know where that stone is at. And also, I can look at all of our resources and see what we got. We also have one right here for batteries. It tells me what the batteries, the hydrogen, and everything is at. I may modify this into something else. But yeah, it is a fully enclosed... And if most of you are probably looking at this saying, wow, that's a surprisingly open looking... Yeah, I just made it all out of glass because we don't have any real enemies that would dare come take us on. Why is that upside down? Oh, crap. That's going to bother me. So, all my good tools are gone. Because... let me see here. Hang on a sec. Because I got out there, started screwing around, and me and Dog were heading on out, and we thought, hey, there's a base out there, let's go take it, you know? Let's go hit this base, let's take it out, let's, you know, get some stuff done. Lo and behold, what happens? We get the base, Dog almost gets killed. Fortunately, he's survived. He's doing good right now. But the moment I pick up everything in the Hemet, so we have the healer, the new one, and it's working good up until I hit an area where... Alright, let's check and make sure the other side is looking good. Nope. How did I do that? How in the heck did I put those in backwards both times? Holy crap. Anyway. So, on my way back, I attempted to get out, and the thing that I hate most about Space Engineers is the erosion effect. It annoys the hell out of me. I do not like it. It sucks. So the erosion effect created a situation where the healer is now flipped over. It's probably... I'm probably just going to move all the equipment out, everything out of the healer that was in there, put it into a new land ship that I'm going to build, and then just disassemble the healer and bring everything back and just start dropping it off. It seems like the better option of the two. As far as the land ship is concerned, we're probably going with 3x3 wheels because I think those will get over the area a lot easier, and I'll use the inset system so that we can actually the inset wheels so I can have maximum space to put in what I need to put in. So the way this thing is going to operate, we're going to need a whole new facility for this thing. And I don't know how big the facility is going to be until I build this thing. So that's an issue. But what's going to happen is we're going to have a 3x3 system. It's going to be built very similar to how I built this guy, or how I built the original healer. So the original healer, or the Bobcat, if you know anything about them, you know that they are very densely packed vehicles. The guys are just loving the plushies, I swear to God. So, every time we get a new plushie, we got to put it somewhere. There's plushies on everything, I think. Yep, there's a plushie right over there, too. We got Space Engineers plushies all over the place. So I'm going to build something in about the same concept as this, but we're going to 8-wheel. We're going to do an 8x8 system, so it'll be easier to maintain and operate. Wide wheelbase. Now, with the Bobcat, when I built it, it had the original wheel system. I'm going to have the inset wheel system, so I'm going to get 2 extra blocks to play around with inside this vehicle that we're going to build. And it's not going to be a combat system. We are just going to add probably 3 small cargo containers, add a couple of hydrogen tanks to the outside of it, and a generator, and probably 2 batteries. I think will be enough to move the thing. And then I can beef up the power and everything else. Flavortown, hey yo, Flavortown, how you doing? Yeah, we run into issues. Right now I have lost the Bobcat, or not the Bobcat, we lost the Healer 2 that we built, and we have issues. I have a new command center, which is built. It is all glass, and it's amazing. You can fly in here, it's open and nice, and it's a great lair. But we got to build a land ship. I'm building a land ship right now because, I always wanted to build one of these things, and I've never actually gotten the chance to build one. So, we're going to try and build one today. So, number one, I need to do the thing I always do, which is I need to grab a bunch of regular steel plates and interior plates so that I can start building this thing. And I'm going to build it a specific way. We're going to have a nice forward canopy that's fairly open. I'm going to try and do a similar effect with the front end of the command center, but I want to do it in such a way where we have maximum room. We can see as much as possible. And I may not finish this today, guys, okay? So my schedule has just been having a fit with me these last couple of days, and I am about ready to quit my job and just become a hermit. It has nothing more to do than the fact that I am dealing with some people who, when they find out I have free time, it is boss, it is family. We're reaching the holiday season, and they're like, "Do you have free time?" And I'm just sitting there like, "I don't want to tell you. Please leave me alone. Please leave me alone," because I don't want to tell you I have free time. Because I already know what you're going to do. You're going to grab my free time and you're going to claim it. And I don't want anyone claiming my free time. I like my free time. Okay. I was wondering why I didn't have any headlights. Anyway, oh yeah. So we've got a whole bunch of new ships and stuff also. For ground-based combat, one of the things that we've learned is for the ground units, the most effective for like taking out bases, the most effective weapon we've got right now that we've used has been the assault cannon turret, or the assault cannon. Most of the bases we've run into, which is probably about, I want to say we've probably hit 7 bases. We've only run into 2 so far that have an assault cannon turret, or some type of longer range turret that can engage us. Most of the time, the assault cannon is going to be your best friend when fighting the ground bases and stuff, because they don't have they're still sticking, there are a lot of the older bases, they're still sticking with rocket launchers and Gatling turrets, so they don't have the firepower, the range to really reach you. And that's why you see us with all these really big, you're going to see like assault cannons on stuff. Now, this one here, this is, it's not Eli. Damn it. See, the problem I'm running into right now is Dog's name on the server is Elder Eli. Ethan. Ethan is the one that made this. Their names both start with E, and I am horrible at names. I'm great with people's online names. I am horrible with people's real names. It's awful. Sometimes I'm sitting here wondering why my brain is wired this way. But anywho, what we're going to do is we're probably going to have some hydrogen inside the base. And I got to build the exterior system to a certain degree. So it's all going to work out. Is there a way to join the server? Yeah. The thing is, right now we're running on a limited group of people, and we're trying to see. We've actually pretty well stress tested. So I've got, let's see, how many people are on the server right now? We've got Bronzy. Chris has come on every so often. Dog, Ethan, me, and Gomer. I can't remember how many people we can have on the server. I don't know. I'll see. Maybe we have enough room for 2 more. I think we're kind of hitting the limit of how many people can be on the server we're running. We're not doing a whole lot of people. But at some point, we're going to jump from here up to space at some point. Because we're realizing we're going to have a space station. Because we're not hitting any of the really good... We had an unidentified signal that was 600 kilometers from us. And we were unable to do anything about it. Because we have a ship that can run out. We have one jump drive capable ship, but that's as good as the Manta is. Me and Dog were talking about it, and we came to the conclusion, the Manta is a really good ship, but if we jump out there and it ends up like what we've been seeing, they are going to hit us with probably 2 or 3 ships, and I don't want the Manta out there by itself. I want to have like a fleet, backup. I gotta hurry and start building because we're never gonna get this thing done. Okay, this is 7. Let's see. That's the left suspension. This is the right suspension. Okay. All right. Let's take this over before I do anything. Let's default that baby. That's a 5x5. I don't need that. I don't think. There we go. I think what I'm going to do, I kind of want to set it like that, but I don't know. Alright, there it is. One of the reasons why I'm going with these big wheels, I would go bigger, but I don't think this is going to require it to be that much bigger. At least I'm hoping it doesn't. So now, the next thing we're going to have to do, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this. Because this is going to have to get to at least 3 wide, I believe, before you get to there. And then, let's see, 8 again. That is the right. Never mind. That's right. That's right. There we go. We have 2 of these. And that should be enough to traverse. That'll be enough ground clearance on the width of the wheels. 2 tiers. Okay, sounds good. Yep. Yeah, eventually we're going to reach that point where it's going to be, yeah, we're going to bring some more people in and have some fun and do a lot more things, if you know what I mean. That's one of the things I've been wanting to do is get more, been considering getting more people on. And we're going to put this here. And so I'm going to have the ability to put stuff up top, and I think we're going to do all the piping in the bottom because that's how this land ship is going to work. It's not going to be gargantuan. It's going to be like a land corvette or something. I just need something I can get from point to point B so I have a base of operations I can utilize while we're stuck, basically. That has been an issue currently. We'll start shoving a few pieces in there. And we have plenty of room here. Put 3 in there like so. And we'll do this. And then 8. We're not going to track this thing because I don't see a reason to track it. Though I have to admit, the track mod has been absolutely amazing. I love that mod. I asked Gomer to place that mod in here on a whim, and it has not been a disappointment. Boom. There we go. That's pretty decent. Now, if I recall, let me head over here. I think I'm out of power.
No energy.
I'm just looking at this because this has a really good look to it. For a 3x3, this is kind of what I'm wanting to go with. And the width of this thing is really nice. We can come up over the top, and then that just gives me a lot more real estate to work with on the inside of this. Alright, let me go get some equipment. Actually, oh frick, I forgot to check out what's there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 7 wide. If these are half, then that means I need at least 3 blocks in between this. In between each one of these things to make it work. I shouldn't have to worry about too much big stuff giving me issues if I don't run into that stuff. So, let's see what I say. 3 in between this. 1, 2, 3. It's going to be one big gargantuan nightmare. Alright, 7. Let's get this down here. Where's that number 2? 3 by 3. There it is. Oh boy, I forgot which way I'm supposed to put this. Try that. Yeah, that works. Okay, there we go. Let's keep going here. And it looks like Evans is on. Yeah. I think that's Ethan. I have no clue. I've probably been getting the name wrong this entire time. Damn it. It's supposed to be better than this, and I'm not. It's annoying me. It's just annoying me. Okay. So we're doing this right now. I really don't know. That's the thing about live streaming. I don't know who wants to be on the live stream and who don't. Okay, that's working right there. Okay. So I'm gonna haul off. We'll just put a few blocks on the side so we can get this thing all built up. Hopefully, this works. Now, like I said, the idea on this thing is I'm basically going to be driving it over hills and large areas, but mostly this is just to get past all that erosion effect. So for those that are wondering that have never played Space Engineers, let me fly over here and get some power back up. I'll power. So in Space Engineers, when it does the voxel thing, there's this stupid thing that happens, which is erosion, which is it's kind of cool until you realize you have to drive over it. And the problem with driving over it is, well, the erosion effect, like on the side of a mountain here, creates situations like this, where you have these massive cavitations. And they're cool until you try to drive a rover over this. And most of your small block rovers are just absolutely horrible. That's why Pertam works great with rovers. Pertam is the best rover map. It's also kind of funny because Pertam is also the one map where you really can't do much of nothing without the rover sitting in there. So yeah, that's an issue. So the way this thing is going to work, I'm probably going to need, well, we're going to need ice. number one, or I can do nuclear. One of the two. Um, we're going to need a cargo storage in the back. Or actually, no, I need the cargo in like the middle of the ship. Then I need several other things. The major problem I'm going to run into is this is going to take a while to build up. That's one of the major issues of this type of build. I should get the front of it started. So, let's grab some plates here. A panel block. I'm going to add a few of these in. Because with a panel block, I can start adding glass, and I realize right now, one of the things I need for glass is girders. Do I have those? That's a nice thing to have. There we are. Grab a few of those. That'll give me all the girders I need. And then I can start putting glass panels in. So the plan here, as I said before, is to try and build something. I'm trying to think here and work at this and talk at the same time, and it's not working out very well. Okay, there's one. I can make that work. And then there's two. So now, I'm going to make the cockpit kind of interesting. Let's grab 7. What can I do 7? Oh, good lord. There's actually a 3x3 window. I wish I'd known that sooner. Okay, I may put that up top. We may put that up top. Whoops, what'd I do? Why'd I do that? So number 3, though. I'm going to need to somehow connect this, and I don't know how. Let's do 5 for now. I'm going to do like this. I'm going to shove that one there. Kind of get that Mass Effect Mako look. For those of you who are Mass Effect fans. And this is going to be interesting. I'm driving it down town with this sucker. Alright. So the idea here is I'm going to walk in, and this is where the... You're going to walk right up over this. You're going to have a couple people, you know, a couple driver slots, and then you'll have some way to get down here. I'll have to cut into this a little bit so you have an easier time getting down. Probably put a ladder in place, I'm not sure. But yeah. It'll be an interesting way of driving this thing. Number 2, we're going to go ahead and add another block here. If I can get it to work. And yeah, we'll do this. That's nice. Let's do this one then. Okay, that's working. That's working beautifully. Now for, let's see, number 7. up here. There we go. I'm just going to build the front end of this thing and just try to make it look as good as possible. There, that'll make a nice flat surface up there. And then I can just cover that with some more of these guys. There we go. That's another one. Let's see if I can get this next one in here. Oh, come now. We're getting close. There we go. And number 3, I'm going to make that a flat panel. There we go. That's looking better. It's looking way better than what it was. So now, we got this forward section. Now, the upper part of this ship is going to be, you know, living space, quarters, things of that nature that'll work out. The other side of this ship, the bottom part,
Fuel low.
well, that's going to be some fun stuff.
Fuel critical.
That hydrogen tank, that one is not hooked up to hydrogen. That one is. We do have some connector issues here, don't we? We're going to have to start solving those pretty soon. Okay, that should be enough clearance for the wheels to get past. I'll lift the thing all the way to the top just to make sure it works properly. But yeah, here we go. Now that's cool. So now we need storage. I need to make sure that I've got enough hydrogen supply to make this thing work properly, as well as enough battery placement. So I guess what I ought to do is start placing in some hydrogen tanks real quick. Where are those at? Where's my tanks? Where's my tanks? Here we are. Number 5. Alright. Let's set this H2 tank there. And we'll space these out. That way it has a lot of H2O. Or hydrogen, at least. And the size of this thing, I probably don't need a whole lot. We are going to put one single generator on this thing to power the entire system. So that's something I don't have to worry about. Second thing is I want a cargo bay, probably right about in here. 4 small cargo containers, that's all it's going to take. Potato TBR. Hey guys, how are you doing? Wait, is that potato? Yes, it is potato. For a second there I thought it was Polish. Oops, something fell. Oh boy, we were trying to fix something over there. I don't know what it is. I can hear it and it's not happy. It's fairly angry. Whatever's going on. Anywho, we'll get right back to this because I've got to get this done so I can go rescue. I can go get the God. My brain just said no. It's like, yeah, we're not talking no more. You might as well forget it. The talking is over. Okay, let's put in one of these so I can see how this is going to go down. Booyah, booyah. There we go. And now for a T-junction here. There we are. That works out perfectly. And then, let's see if we can find the engine. Here's my engine. Where's the insert? That's going to be right there. And crapola. Look at that. We have more issues. do number one. And I'm not going to do the roof or anything or the bottom section yet. We're going to do this so that I can access everything and just start welding it up when I need to weld it. Number four. Make sure that's correct. Put that down there. Boom. We have a generator. We have the engine. It shall work perfectly. Now, on these wheel spokes here, I kind of want to add MF and batteries right there on top of the wheels. But I think we're only going to need two. So we're probably going to put two batteries here. I may eventually weaponize this thing at some point. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Number two. We'll do warfare batteries because I like those a lot. There's that. And... Hey, what are you doing? That, so you can easily see what's going on. Oh yeah, we also built a thing called the salamander. That'll be going on the workshop at some point. I just saw him. I saw Eli out there, or not Eli, Ethan out there running around with it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I just remembered. we got some cool stuff over here. We've been building some things. So the salamander is basically a hovercraft, and it does its job and does it well. I need steel plates. I'm out of steel plates. Awesome. That means I'm doing my job and doing it properly. Let me see. Where are the steel plates at? This is going to be a fun time to weld up, I'm telling you. But it is necessary. It is necessary to save a vehicle. Okay. And there we are. That's the hydrogen system all hooked up with the two batteries back here. We can kick this thing on, kick on the generator in the back, and the system will start working like it's supposed to. Proto Eden. Hey, thought I had a while back. Can you use a couple of rotor gyros to stabilize a front wheel only rotor? As in, if you take a car and remove the rear wheels entirely, can you make, let me see here, the heart is in the way of this thing on my phone, a functioning moving base? Let me think here on what you're talking about. So what you're wanting to do probably is make a base with, or a mobile base, by having just two front wheels on the front of it and then try to stabilize it. I would say the easiest way to do that, and this is going to create some jank somehow, but I would say the easiest way to do that would be to get a gyro, not a rotor, but a gyro, and probably use one of the event controllers or AI blocks, and then set it to stay level. Now, eventually you may have a situation where you got one wheel off the ground, but if you put a single wheel in front and set the rotors to maintain stability, you could probably run a single-wheeled vehicle. The problem is I don't know if the AI will take control of it or not. Because I know you can align it with the planet's gravity and whatnot and make it work. Okay, where are we going to put our 4 cargo containers? I also need to find some way that I can hook this thing. That may be what I do here. I may cut that out, rework this area here, so that I can drop a connector down and just connect into the base. That'd be nice. I thought AI to align planet gravity. Yes, but what that will do is that will also align everything and keep it in a stable position. So you need something with enough gyroscopic pull to keep it in place, which also reminds me I got to put a gyroscope on this thing. And with that, you'd be able to control it a little. It'd probably give you some control, but the problem is figuring out how you're going to put all that in there and make it all work. The other problem is how am I going to get in and out of this damn thing? Ah, that's a problem I need to figure out. Okay. So I think back here is where I'm going to put one of these cargo containers. We'll put 4 on this thing. Because that'll work. That'll work. Just having 4 of them. And then, I may put an off-ramp. Actually, yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll put an off-ramp about 3 wide going down. So we'll have another spot here, a hinge, and then some doors or whatnot, like some blast door blocks, and just have them just like lay down, let them in. Ladder to get into that. Yeah, a ladder probably would be pretty good. Let's see, how far up off the ground? Oh, it wouldn't be that far. I could put a ladder on the bottom of it. It'll work. We'd be able to go underneath it. Thank you very much. Now, for... let's see, that's about all we're really going to need. I will have to put in some beds on this thing, because, yes, we need beds. That's just going to have to be a thing. Why put the old retro beds in? Be the best option. Where are my retro beds? Don't have those. Let's go ahead and make an opening here. That. This new system just absolutely has me all effed up. There we are. Let's see if I can do this here. Can we do retro beds? What kind of beds do we have? Okay, we have the old retro style bed. Let me, you can see a tire as you're going down the road. Almost died there. Almost fell off. Okay, we can do 2 beds. That'll work. Just 2 beds will be fine. Yeah, 2 beds will work. The other side here, we'll put in some amenities. Move that. We're not going to need a kitchen. We are going to need a bathroom for this RV. Maybe a kitchen. Maybe a kitchen. We'll need that as well. So number 8, let's go ahead and put in a toilet and shower combo. Whoops, whoops, whoops. That ain't going to work. That is not going to work at all. Alright, we got the beds on one side. We just need the one deal on the other. Let's go with 8. We will put that... well, that's going to be in the way. I didn't realize that. That there, and then put the toilet there. And these, I didn't realize it at first, but I do now. That's going to be too far out. They'll interfere with the wheels. That's why I have these pulled in, so there's very little interference with the wheels. We're just going to have one long corridor going through there. That's what's going to have to work at the moment. Okay. Let's go back to grabbing a bed again. No. That's not what I wanted. Okay. Let's just throw that there in front of the MR20 rifle thing I got going on. So, 1, 2. That'll do it. We only need enough for 2 guys. It's not going to be that crazy of a ship. Now, let's see what else I can add in here. I've got all this real estate. I have a ton of real estate, folks. Now, since we have these cargo containers here, I think the best thing to put in this particular area would be a survival kit. And I keep forgetting a lot of this stuff is its own block category now. Okay, nope, that's not what I wanted. I miss. I really miss having what I need. Okay, for this section here, I think I can probably put... Come on, where's the refinery at? Just a regular one. That'll do. Need a small refinery. Okay, I already got a refinery in there. That's number 6. Okay, number 6. Let's go with the basic refinery. Right there. And then I can drop... Let's see. Number 5, an assembler here. I could do this industrial assembler, though. That'd be kind of cool. Well, I'll have to sacrifice a, we will have to sacrifice something to put that in. I can almost promise you that. You can actually set this down there. This is why you wireframe stuff before you put it in, folks. Because while you're messing with it, you will come up with new ideas the whole time. You'll be figuring out ideas. See, now we've got all that done, and I've got all this extra room back here. I don't know what I would put here. Maybe a drone that I can come through and work on. That'd be kind of bitchin'. What do you say to a drone? I'm going to go with plastic right now, because I'm going to go with this. And we're going to get this one old school looking deal going on there. Because it's got this one texture that I've just recently discovered. And it is amazing. Check that out. That little dip in there. Oh, frick. Of course that's going to happen. There we are again. Hello. Yes. Yes, that's perfect. Now all I need is to attach some gyros. And we're ready to go. We're ready to start welding up. Where's a nice gyroscope at? Number 8. This will be fun because I'll have to... We'll stick the gyros here on that. And I don't know... See, this is the issue I'm going to run into now. I've got room probably for a small drone to land right here. In this area of the ship. The problem is getting to it. Oh! That's another thing I need. I need an H2O2 generator. Where am I going to put that? Hmm. That sucks. I guess we can put it right here. Okay, let's find our H2O2 generator. Because the way this ship is going to survive is going to be off H2 and O2. There we go. Right there like that. Okay, so we've got almost everything. And we're going to need a ladder, basically, to get up in here. We'll do this guy. So I'm quite certain I can reach that from the bottom. This will be how you get out of the ship. We'll just drop down into here and then just run down the distance. Alright. Now then, what I can do is I can also build this over, skirt it, and kind of make it look, you know, nifty when we get done. Well, first off, it is time to start welding. We have to weld, and we must weld a lot. It's the unfortunate fact of this little ship. That's another thing I just realized. I've got to put something here to allow me to walk down there. Hmm. 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 I think a scaffolding block would be best in that area. Let's go, let's first off, let's grab some stuff here. I want to get these wheels done. There's 8 of them. So go ahead, we'll get all of them individually. There we go. Now run back over, we'll get some hydrogen, we'll come back and we'll start putting those wheels and wheelbases together. Because all that is basically done. That is pretty much done. Let's keep going. God, I hate survival kits for this nonsense. It is so boring. It is so boring. There we go. Now, let me toss that in. Grabbed everything I need. I'm going to run over here and start working on this. I am low on steel tubes. That is my one issue right now. I hope we got steel tubes, because that's going to be a nightmare if we don't. Oh, actually, no. We've got 3 assemblers that are slaved to 1. So, well, I don't need that. I need this. There we go. Look at that thing. Uh, Proto-Eden. I am weird. I make a symmetrical rover with the MT ladder on the side and guns primarily on the other, so I can park against a poi and loot the NPCs. Get peppered. Yeah, I just realized I'm gonna have to put some guns on this thing just for defense. We're gonna need some AA equipment. It'll be fine. We'll get that easily. I do like my rovers, though. They're nice. I like the fact that I can build me a car on this game and work on it. There we go. We got some nice big old tires. I should get over that crap easily now. I shouldn't have any problems. Put those things to high strength, give them a fairly decent speed. And then go get everything that we need for the base back from that one position. Because we got platinum in there, we got guns in there. I mean, there's a whole lot of stuff that we've just left. Or I left, because I ended up getting killed so much trying to get the thing back. So what happened was I built a small ship to go pick it up. And I'd done a pretty good job figuring this thing out. And I was like, oh, you know, I'm kind of proud of myself. I've built this thing kind of quickly. I did that this morning. Because this morning I flipped it on that erosion crap. And after flipping it, lo and behold, the I went over to pick it back up, slapped a landing gear on it that I was using to latch on, picked it up, and the whole thing clanged out because I grabbed a wheel. And so I was like, screw it. I'm going to go over here with a grinder and a bunch of other crap, and I am going to tear that thing apart to get what I need. So now we have a small land ship going to deal with that. Okay, how did I was fixing to say, I know I got the equipment for this. That is nightmarish. I am thinking of doing a Space Engineers machinima. Nothing major, nothing crazy. Short form, Space Engineers content that everybody will like.
Fuel low.
Or at least a good portion of us will like. Yeah, I'll just show you guys the salamander. Actually, tell me in the comments, y'all. Y'all that are watching. Would you like to see a review of the salamander? I'll get that, figure out, I'll fix a few problems that we had with it, and then I'll put it up on the workshop. And then you guys will get to play around with it later. Alright, we got everything fixing to have all the big part of this done, which is the wheels. And then we can take this bad boy and go do something with it. Also, we need names. Names for the new ship. Names for the land ship that I'm building right now. Because, good lord, she's big. Actually, we'll just do this. This worked out pretty good last time. No, this is fun. It's not... Sound effects has had an effect right now.
Fuel low. Fuel critical.
Nah. No. I was doing such a good job. I'm out of fuel. Okay, we're going to have to take the long way around. Gotta hurry inside. You can put some stairs somewhere close so I can get in. Oh, here we are. Me and Gomer have had this conversation about the fact that I don't carry a hydrogen tank with me while I'm flying around. And I've told him multiple times I don't want to do it because then I will lose space and it will be bad. Alright, there we go. We're going to get a few of these done. Turns out the wheelbase section here isn't going to take as long as I thought. Okay, let's go get some more equipment here. So I also have to know something. How many of y'all bet on Trump winning the election? Not being political, I just want to know who is part of the betting market, if anyone was, because that was hilarious. Gamblers predicted the president more accurately than people who were specifically there to predict the president. It was their life's work. I can't imagine how bad that feels. Everything will be fine though. Of course, the jokes and the crazy stuff that I have seen online have just been have been hilarious. All right, here we go. Hoo-ah! Let's see if we can get this finished up. I'm trying to get most of the piping done. Thing is, I don't know what I can do right here. That's interesting. I don't know what I can do with that. I'll have to figure that out later. Alright, there we go. That is working out like it's supposed to. Ah. Once I get this bulletproof paneling and everything in here, I'll figure out what to do with the rest of it. So how many of y'all, here's a good question. How many people watching right now have Space Engineers and have actually played it? In the comment section here. There we go. Look at that. We're going to have a nice open cockpit right there. That'll be amazing. Okay, we'll get that one. Two. Whoa, hold up now. Got it. And it. That should be all the glass I have on here. And then I can start working my way down the ship, just welding stuff up. Gotta watch it, because at the speed I'm moving here, I have killed people just by flying across the map.
Fuel low.
Ah, here you get more fuel. Ah, it's the little things in Space Engineers that get you. One minute you're a professional astronaut flying through space, the next minute you are Kraz going through the galaxy screaming, "I'm out of hydrogen." This should do it. I should have all the stuff for this. I'm just going to grab a whole bunch of iron, and I'm complete the iron parts of this ship. Nice little land ship we got going on here. One of the things that I've always wanted to do in terms of channel ship, I'd love to do a cyberpunk style, or not a cyberpunk, a steampunk style server. Here's the gist of it. Tell me what y'all think about this. Go in. There is no uranium. You can use solar panels, but for very minuscule things. You can use solar panels to power your base, but all vehicles must be powered by hydrogen. Then, it's got to have like a wood and brass aesthetic and some copper. And then if you build a ship, it's got to be turbine powered. Because theoretically, that's what you are doing. You are converting it. You're converting water. You're using ice. You're melting it down. All right, we'll get these done because I know I'm going to keep those things. She's getting built. Once I get this part of the frame done, then I'm just going to drop the whole thing. There we go. I guess I might as well do that. Weld this up, and we'll go ahead and weld this one up over here just so everything's nice and attached. There we go. Hey, yo, it's been a while. Yeah, hey, man, how you doing, Leps? Long time no see. Currently, we are working on a land ship because I realized I need something to go rescue one of my builds because I accidentally crashed it out in the middle of nowhere. Lucky me. So we have a hydrogen-powered mega ship, I guess is what we'll call it. I'm fixing to drop this sucker to the ground. There we go. Hope is it just doesn't roll away. Boom. There we go. Yes, that's enough space to clear just about anything that's going to cause problems, and I can still work on this thing. Alright, let's go ahead and grab these hydro tanks here. We'll get them first. I don't know how many of these I put on here. Okay, we're at capacity now. Let's fly over here. Drop some stuff into a conveyor. And start right back in. Oh boy, this is going to take a while. Eric Evans, you're using a Van Hoffen device to use electrolysis to convert ice to water into hydrogen and oxygen. Yes, yes, that's what we are doing, Evans. We are doing that. Oh, what the heck happened now? Oh, it looks like we're getting stuff attached over there. Yeah, we've had a few accidents on the base as well. There's been a problem in its own right. But the auto miners are doing a little better than they were. They were flipping out and we were having all kinds of issues with them. Alright, there's one I'm working on. Dear Lord, this is going to take some time. It's one of those moments when I look at this and I think, dear Lord, I wish I could just put this thing on the welding pad and weld it.
Fuel critical.
think I better concentrate on the tanks and the batteries for now. That's odd. I'm trying to fix the clusterfuck I made. Eric Evans. Lebs. Last I seen the base, you were just a open air refinery and assembler. Yeah, we've I've recently covered that up now. That's now covered back up. The refinery is. I'll take it over here and show it to you. I got it looking really nice now. May have to do some coloring on the outside, but it looks nice. It looks even better on the inside with the lights and everything going on. So now you can look in here. You got all this. It looks like an actual factory now. We've got an actual factory working. So I have that. Then the next project is going to be over here, covering this up. The base itself, Leps, already has a nice little. You can see here we've got all kinds of stuff. I'm checking the components here real quick. Small tubes, I have 875. Large tube, I have 268. I'm going to need more of those. Let's go down here. We'll do this. Start on production 1. 3,000. 4,000. That'll work there. And then this will start getting taken away from other stuff, and I'll still have enough parts. So the main grid here, this thing's working out great. We got some other things I'm going to have to fix up at some point. But putting survival kits all around the base has really helped on keeping projects localized. Because that's one of the issues I had when I was working. Well, we got a light that's not working. Meant to fix that later. Need this done. Got to rescue the rover. Main things. Also need some parts. I'm gonna need some parts to go get that rover with. All right, let's see if I can get this hydro tank filled up. Small steel tubes are still a problem. It will not just give them to me. I don't know why. I don't know why. Let me see here. Leps. Yeah, just started to make an ice hole where you would make a base. No, actually, what's going on is we've actually we have a lot of holes. We have a lot of deep holes right now. I mean, it is pretty bad. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. So the guys built this idea. I never thought of doing this. Well, I think this was Dog and Eli, or Evans, doing this. I can't remember. I've got to figure out which one of you is Ethan and or Evans. So, anyway, their idea was we're going to put some connectors down for the fighter craft because we've been building fighters and they've been doing pretty good so far. And what this does is we can attach the fighter to this via the connector, and then if we got to work underneath it, we just hit the deal and it pulls it up. So it's like a lift. So it's perfect. This is one of the little things. I came in here and I think it was Dog. Me and him were talking. We were working on a Kestrel, which is one of the fighters we've been using, and he lifted it up and lifts up and like, oh, well, fuck. Why didn't I ever think of that? So this is why you work with other people. This is why you play the game, because with lots of other people, because you'll end up doing some cool stuff with it if you know what you're doing, and then you run into people that they know what they're doing, and so you both end up becoming better builders because of it. Let me see here. Surely I have those small. Dear God, it still won't give me the small. No more small steel tubes for me, I guess. My God. That is the one thing I am needing is small steel tubes. I hope I start getting those eventually. We got a slight fog rolling in. It's going to make it a little difficult to operate out here. Huh. Hey, I finally got the small steel tubes. Oh, we must have been out. Proto Eden. Oh, wait, hold up now. Dog Soldier. Me. Okay, so, all right. Eric Evans is Dog Soldier. All right. So, Eli is Eli. Where did Ethan come from? how did I go from Eric Evans, Elder Eli to Ethan? Where does Ethan come from? Okay. Leps, but I've seen a lot of stuff. Looking nice. Seems I've missed quite a bit. You playing with someone? Yes. Let's see. Bronzy, if y'all have seen the video of our base assault, you'll see how many people are actually playing with us. We've got Gomer, we've got Dog with us. In that particular video, it's me, Bronzy, Gomer, and Dog are all attacking basically a base. We go in there with the. It's one of the reasons why the tank looks so radically different. We charged in with it. We lost the turret almost immediately in that fight. And so we began charging. We up and just charged the base, just bum rushed it. Bronzy jumped out with a rifle, takes just. He jumps out and I hear sudden gunfire. I don't know why he's jumped out, but apparently it was because he looked up when his camera went down and there's a hole in the middle of the tank where they just kind of Firefly Shermaned us right in the grill, and we're like a bunch of Germans looking at a hole out there. So now we're getting some fresh air thanks to the Americans. So the gun turret's just like tore through it. Then he jumps out and basically takes on a Gatling turret with just a rifle, and basically does really good with just a hand weapon. We took the base, we took some stuff out of it. We now own the thing. It's out there. We own a couple bases now. So that's the good thing. That's what you're missing. Yeah, we got some people we're playing with at the moment. So those are going to be like battles and stuff I'm going to be putting out when we attack a base. You guys are going to see us attack it a certain way. We've been attacking other ones, but I've been getting lazy and not recording for some stupid reason. So there's going to be more base attacks if we can find them. A couple of them have happened because I haven't been here to get on. I come back and they're like, "Hey man, we just took out a bunch of bases." I'm like, "For frick's sake, man, give me a call. Let me come out here and I want to help because I like doing the base comm now. I like going out there and raiding bases. It's fun. I got to get Chris on here with me. Also, Eric Evans, your Blackhawk is pinwheeling in place. I know. Something about that script. I've got to. There's something I've got to do with it, but I don't know what it is. I'm going to have to get online and look that up, see what the damage there is. Proto Eden, I usually do that with a piston and a magnet on the roof. Yeah. You didn't answer. Oh, yeah, probably did. Eric Evans, or Dog, sitting there telling me, yeah, you didn't answer. Yeah, that's probably what happened. I probably was working, unfortunately. I have a job that sucks. I swear, if I could do something, if I could make money at something else besides construction, I'd do it. I've been trying to make money at something else besides construction for a long time. This has been a hobby. I enjoy sitting down with you guys and just playing games. Everybody's got some cool stuff to talk about. This is, my wife asked me the other day, she's asked me, she goes, "Why do you like live streaming?" I said, "Because it is my piece." Like right here. Tuesday, like we all know how Mondays are. Mondays are horrible. Which is one of the reasons why I do this on Tuesday. Because Mondays, holy crap, Mondays are horrible. But then I come on here and it's like, yes, this is my moment where I just come in and just zone out, you know? Sit down, talk with people. Some of y'all tell me how your day's doing. Sometimes y'all just sit there and just listen. And that's cool. Being able to just sit that back, ramble to a bunch of people, that helps mentally. Proto Eden, you want me to hop in and help build? I have a job too. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to see. I don't know. Gomer's the one who donated this server so that we could do this. So my thing is, I can't remember if he said 7 or 11 people. Right now we're pushing 7, and the first bit of time we were doing this, we were just stress testing the server to see how it worked. The mods we've currently got, mostly the compass mod, I think we've got a lower sound effect mod, so it's not blowing your eardrums every time you're operating a welder. It was like, frick yeah, let's do this. But that was one that, but that is something I'm planning on at some point, because one of the things I've wanted to do was get a fairly substantial amount of people. So probably when y'all come in, this will be the base that's starting. We'll be able to build some cool stuff. Also, I need to convene with Gomer and see how the server's been operating as well. If it's been doing good, and we seem to be able to run it really good, we'll bring on a few more people, and then we'll just have a crew of guys, and it'll be like on a weekend we will get together and we'll be like, okay, there's an unidentified signal. Grab your shit, boys. We're gonna go get it. I may do some other things too because I need to. Sneaky sounds. Yes, sneaky sounds. That's the one we're using. Holy crap. This thing's got a lot of plates and it's very difficult to weld up. But yeah, we're using the sneaky sounds. I think the track mod. And then it's just scripts after that. I must have accidentally put all of my steel tubes in another area. Oh well. There we are. I'm going to go ahead and just siphon off some more stuff here. So yeah, when when we really push the limit, we're going to probably get a few more people on. If we can do more, I don't know. I know Gomer sits there and every so often we'll be talking about it. I'm like, okay, I think that we can add a few more people. He's like, yeah, I think it'll be good. So we're trying to see how we can keep the performance going because that's the big thing I'm worried about is performance. I don't want people to hop on and have a bad experience. I mean, that would suck, you guys going back on the internet and saying, yeah, we tried Badger's server, but damn, it just sucked. That's what I need. Nah, I'm just messing. I'm just messing. I can tell you one thing, though. The last 2 days, I don't know what it's been. Some of y'all probably knows it. This last Monday, holy shit. I've been sitting there thinking, my God. I've been... It had gotten so bad, I was dreading live streaming today. Because I was like, man, it's going to suck. Because I am not in the right frame of mind to do this right now. Where did all those go? Alright, let me see what I got here. Back. There we go. Leps. Anyways, I'm a go. I still have a bit of stuff to do, and it's kind of late. So, yeah. Okay, '07, man. I'll see you later. Badger server sucks. I can't even... Oh, no! You need good connectivity on the non-server end. Yeah, yeah. I'm just sitting there like, I don't want the thing to crash like multiple times. That's the thing me and Gomer were talking. That's why we're minimizing. Otherwise, we would just do a server and be like, yeah, let's just slap as many mods as possible and go in there with the most overpowered ships mankind has ever seen. But, yeah, we're mostly, it's been like, we're just stress testing different mods and things like that. We have had an issue with the... If y'all saw the last video I put up on with the base assault, you'll know what I'm talking about. The last video we put up, or the last video I put up, we had problems with the track mod for some reason, which is why the tank, if you ever notice, it's being lifted off the ground at the moment. So far, we're not running into other issues, but we think we may have accidentally created a clang. That is... Wow, I went into a wheel. That is wildly affecting the tank because we have it hooked up to multiple grids. Oh Lord, that Blackhawk is just out there waving at me. Daddy, I'm still here. My big problem with that thing right now is I didn't put a filter on it, and I've got a whole lot of crap inside that thing that is weighing it down. Where's this one? There we go, boys. That's done. That has been completed. I'm going to do this. Now I got to get this piping finished up. And most of this will be finished. Imagine that. Alright. Those should go up rather quickly.
Fuel low.
We. Oh, yeah. Stress testing. How dare you insult Lord Clang? Actually, we came up with a new sport on Space Engineers. But well, I'm thinking about doing this. This is gonna be fun. But we put the bike seat down, okay, and then we do the simple clang, which is you put the piston in there with a brick at one end, so it stops the piston. And somebody jumps on, and we see how long they can stay on the clang before it, knocks them off or destroys itself or kills them. We'll have to break that out sometime and show everybody, because I know everyone's probably like scratching their heads like, what? We call it clang bull riding. It's gonna be big. Next Olympic sport. Y'all want to maintain your amateur status before we get to the Olympics, boys. Because that came about. We were showing Bronzy what a clang was, and why if he built something on here, he didn't want to do it. And then somebody got the great idea of just slapping a chair on there. And then I got to thinking later, I was like, we should put a car seat on there. Whoa, now. All I need is 6 interior plates. You're gonna give me those 6 interior plates. Yes. All right. It's the little things in Space Engineers that I love. That's one of them. The whole build planner thing, it's amazing. That's some deep bull clang. Yeah, I kind of wonder if we couldn't hook it up to the base and then just hook like a connector to it, turn it on, and see how that goes. Let's see if the connector blows up. Somebody's going clean across the planet. All right, there we go. We're going to get those hinges, or those, not hinges, hinges, my lord. We're going to get those done in there. And I've been working on an idea for a video game. Just throwing that out there. Oh, this is an assembler. Oh. Forgot I had that in there. It's not going to be crazy. I'm trying to do a game that's so I can learn Unreal. Because that's been one of the things I've been getting myself distracted about over this last 4 years, because things have been so depressing money-wise. We all know what I'm talking about. Alright, where is this thing I'm working on here? There we go. Now we have an assembler. We can build things. Probably gonna do some kind of retro 80s style game, but with some modernized stuff. One of the cool things about Unreal is you can do a whole lot of stuff. I think I was talking to one of the guys last night, and I said the thing about Unreal, the guy that did Choo Choo Charlie didn't do a whole lot of. I don't even know if he knew how to code, and that's what got me to wanting to do the Unreal Engine. Because I was like, wait a minute, you mean to tell me this guy is out here building a train game that everybody is playing, and he's doing what I wanted to do since I was a little kid. One of the things I wanted to do when I was a kid. Me and my cousin, when we first played Grand Theft Auto 2, top-down Grand Theft Auto, the one thing we were talking about was, man, if we made GTA, it'd be so awesome. And it always devolved down to we would have monster trucks, remote control bomb cars, Metal Gear, Rex. We would be able to pilot that thing through there, and helicopters. Because back then, they didn't have helicopters in it. It was just cars. And that was the fun part, man. You could jump into a vehicle in GTA 2, take off and drive. Get guns, go shoot things. Yeah, it was an interesting game. Had a great had a great radio and everything else, and that was the game that I loved playing. It was also the game I got into some major trouble with my mom over because I told her, I was like, no, Mom, it's Gran Turismo. And she got to looking at it later, like moms do, and said, this is not Gran Turismo, son. I was like, oh, okay. Figure that out, huh? I don't know what to say about this. Boy, was I in trouble at that moment. Lying to mom, not a good way to start the day off. Had to go back to the movie spot, take the game back, and I was grounded. I wasn't allowed to rent another game. Like 7 years old, trying to be edgy, and it just didn't work. There we go. This is getting done. Alright, here's the entry point into the land ship right now. Up, up, up. What has happened? Okay. Wasn't able to... Got myself caught there. And I could not get away for some reason. Eric Evans, a pissed mama badger. Pass. Yeah, wasn't good. My mom, my mom, my mom was the bane of a lot of teachers' existence. My mom was not like other moms who go in there, go deal with the school board and everything. It's like, okay, yeah, we're going to deal with it. They hated my mom. For the simple fact of my mom had decided to get involved in the school, which she normally did, and become an impact representative, which are supposed to be, well, this is how stupid an impact representative is. Don't ever use them. An impact representative is a person who is supposed to represent you against the school, and they're provided on behalf of the school. So it's like, oh, yeah, look at that. And my mom got done. She was like, yeah, this is just a scam. She's like, we don't need an impact representative. So she knew their handbook. She knew their protocols. She knew how they were supposed to handle bad things. She knew exactly how to handle everything they throw. They hated my mom. Oh my God. My mom would come in there and they would be like, well, see, we got this with your son, trying to say I was a retard, basically. So they put me in the co-op class, which the more kids you have in the co-op class, or, the mentally challenged class, the more money the school gets from the government. So so if they got a problem child, that's where a lot of your kids go in there. That's where they come from. That's why you have them in there. Because the school wants to take those types of kids, the ones that are actually creative and do things. I want to take them and put them in there. And they want to leave them in the co-op class because they're hard to deal with and the teachers are lazy a lot of times. So My mom goes in there. They like hand her like a some type of pamphlet or something like that, or a file. See, this is why we think your son would be good in this. My mom would just take that thing, throw it back over there, and say, no, you're not allowed to do this. We had one instance. There's one story. Loved this one. They go in there, and my dad got like a little irate. And my dad learned some things from my mom. And so he's getting a little irate.
Fuel low.
And so the school, one of the things they would do is they would have a camera inside the principal's office and the assistant principal's office. So things got kind of wild. Oh, guess what? They call the law. Well, while my uncle is over there, disciplinary over his kids, talking with them, he gets a little heated with the assistant principal, liked to piss people off. He also got arrested for strip searching the cheerleaders, by the way, which was a fun thing. But anywho, enough on that later. We'll talk about more of that later, some other time. He was an asshole. I hated him. But my uncle goes over there, and my cousin, my oldest cousin, he goes, told him afterward, he said, Daddy, when you were talking to the principal, did you ever yell at him? And he goes, oh, I got a little mad at him. Why? He goes, when you start yelling at him, they called the secretary behind the counter called the police department, and they sent 2 officers over. And I'm like, oh, really? Dad finds out about this. Like, family talks. They talked about it a little bit. And so after they got done, they go, Dad goes in there. They started in, and Dad already knew they were coming. So as soon as he gets a little irate, he tells the assistant principal, come outside for a minute. They go outside. He walks over. Fucking power play. I watched my dad come outside to 2 officers, looks at him, he says, State of Missouri, by law, you and this woman are not supposed to know what's going on because it is federally protected that the conversation between me and the principal or the assistant principal or teacher is only supposed to stay in that area. And you 2 officers sitting here are in violation of federal law, and I'm fixing to get a lawyer and sue if you don't disappear in the next 5 seconds. 2 officers looked at each other. They radio back to the police chief. The police chief calls back and says on the radio, and says, I don't care what y'all have to do. Get the fuck out of there now. Both cops leave. Dad turns around to the principal, who now has no fucking backup whatsoever. Dad just run off the cops. He goes, get your butt back in there because we ain't done talking. And he just shuffles back in. I'm like, ooh, boy. I'm like, that dude is crapping his pants. I'm just sitting there. I'm just giggling at it. It was awesome. That was the thing, man. My dad knew when and how to do a power play. They were just not prepared. I think that is 1 unit. Was that 1 unit? Yeah. There we go. Yeah, he walked in there and I mean just absolutely eviscerated any chance that principal had of, backup. Before he was like real cocky and an asshole. And then Dad does that. It's like, oh no, yes sir, no sir, yes sir, no sir. That's what Dad was saying when he got back in there. And my dad's like 6'2", built like a bear. So he didn't, and we all lived out in the woods over some really, like, nothing bad. My dad went out there and tried to do, start a union at a plant where they were just disrespecting them all the time. This was before he knew what a union was, what would happen when you start a union. And when the union was finally started, they up and chucked him out. So it was bad. And we all lived out in the woods because we were not allowed to live in society. I often joke with my wife now because we sit there and we talk about, cancellation and everything. I'm like, I ain't scared of cancellation. I was born. Hang on, hold on. I am not afraid of cancellation. The left merely adopted cancellation. I was born into it, molded by it, cared by it. I did not understand what being part of society was, and at the time I found it stifling. Yeah, that kind of nonsense. It was a wild time because I grew up thinking everybody, went out, chopped their own wood and hunted food and all this nonsense, and I was like, You know, you're a kid. You don't know any difference. And then we got older, and the people that were causing problems, well, they got old enough that Father Time started taking care of business. And after all that, we got a place in town, and it was about, see, the last time I was there out in the country, we lived out our old house, which was just a shotgun shack. I think I was 7, was the last year we were there. Yeah,
Fuel
wow.
low.
And so after all that was done, we go in town, and I remember waking up in the middle of the night because we had a gas fireplace in the new house we had gotten. We bought this parsonage that used to be like for a Catholic church, and they just, they kind of run low on money at one point and just decided to sell it. So we bought it, and I ended up with a massive parking lot that I could ride my bike on, because I had their entire parking lot to ride my bike in, just so long as I didn't destroy nothing, which was easy to do, or easy not to do, I guess would be a better way to say it. And it was about that time that I realized, oh wow, we were going through some crap. Because you don't realize how bad life is until you realize how good life is. The whole saying of ignorance is bliss, that is true. That is true. If you don't know what TV is, you don't need it. That's why people are like, I don't know how the Amish operate. I can tell you how the Amish operate. The Amish operate because they don't know what a TV is, and they don't know the joy of having a television set. They don't know the joys of the internet. If you just want to look up something, you just go find it. They don't understand what that is like, so they don't care. And that's the truth. Got in there. I remember the first semblance of civilization that I got. Y'all love this. Let me read some stuff here. Who hasn't strip searched a cheerleader? Eric Evans. Yeah, you're not supposed to do it. Apparently, you're not supposed to do it. Dobbsy London, how much VIX does this get to the light year? It's probably not going to get very. It's probably going to go like 40 miles an hour. I'm going to be about that right, maybe 30 if I'm lucky. That's what we'll get out of it. Just looking through here now, seeing how I can make a lot of this stuff work. So I need to put a something here. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. I may have an idea for this spot right there. But that's going to take a little bit of work on my part. I need to... I don't need a door here because this thing's just like a big giant super RV. So I've got most everything figured out. The thing I need to do now is probably start loading it up with ice. That'd be the best thing to do. Let's see if we have any. We should have some ice, but what the hell happened here? Okay. Supposed to be some cargo containers right here. Wondered where the fuck they went. I have more things to do. That little exacerbated sigh that I have to give of I've got more shit to do. Never gonna get this base caught up at this rate. It's fine. Let's see. Yes, I thought so. We have ice in here. That's what I was after. This thing hasn't started up yet.
Fuel low.
Ow. Go over here and recharge real fast.
Critical.
Yeah, that guy was, that guy, that was the most terrifying and hilarious story of my life, or one of them. that principal, he ended up getting done. This is where you start losing faith in humanity. He had done that, and the whole reason he had done it was because one of his the whole stripping of cheerleaders, mind you. The reason he had done that was because one of his football guys claimed that a cheerleader had taken his shorts and was wearing them. And I was like, oh, come on, man. So he goes in there, genius that he is, and goes in and gets the nurse, brings all the cheerleaders in there and forces them to strip to their underwear. He doesn't strip them. He thought that because he was just in the room to observe a bunch of preteen girls in their underwear that he was going to be fine. Newsflash, he was not. Because he even had the stupid idea of telling their girls afterward, like, you don't tell your parents about this or there'll be consequences. Like, you dumbass. Yeah, they're going to tell. Okay? that's just going to happen. Because we all know what you're afraid of. Dad. And it got, lo and behold, they didn't keep their mouth shut. I mean, surprise. They went off and told mom and dad about it. Mom and dad, all their moms and dads got mad, went after the school, came to the school board. Oh, good Lord, we almost had a riot over that nonsense. And then he was forced to leave. The funny part was his family was so dysfunctioned. Like, his daughter and his son were some of the nicest kids in school. I actually got along with them pretty well. His son fucked up his knee at one point. This is how you know you have a piece of work for a dad. His son fucked up his leg while he was out there, could not play. And his dad's out there on the field going, oh my God, you messed up your knee. Your entire career is over. I can't believe this. And shunned him for a couple days for messing up his leg. I was like, dude, you need to have a come to Jesus moment over that crap.
Critical.
But when he got messed up, they came in, they went after him, and then for some reason, no, I know what it was. They brought the drug dog that day to school. Anonymously. Didn't tell anyone. Didn't tell anyone the drug dog was coming. And where they happened to go get him at, because I guess they just needed to use the canine for a day, suddenly the dog gets a hit. And they're like, oh, look, we got a hit. Well, you know how it works. The dog gets a hit. They got to go investigate what the dog's smelling. Where does he go? To his wife's office, who is the art teacher. What does he find? A good amount of cocaine. I'm like, oh, God, what the hell? So it's like everybody was having a good time at that school. But then afterward, the fun part was he leaves. And this is where I was like, yeah, the school system has problems that, no, you're going to need some serious legislation to fix it. As soon as he gets done, he goes to, he gets at another school. And while he's at that school, our school receives a phone call. And I just happened to be moving some stuff around with the teachers that day in the office. Lo and behold, what happens? The principal of our school is sitting there talking to the principal of the other school. And they said, what about this one guy who's now our assistant principal? Do you know, what can you tell me about him? I said, why is that? He said, oh, we just had a situation come up, and we're just, we're just wanting to see, if there's like a pattern of behavior or not. Yeah, we all know what's happened here. Lo and behold, what had happened? That knucklehead had went out there, gotten in trouble, not gotten in prison for it, and now there were cheerleaders at that school who were saying, oh, he's strip searching us now. Apparently he could not control himself after the first time. I'm hearing this on the phone, and our principal, who's a big, jolly, fat guy, he was actually a really nice dude, he goes, look, man, all I got to say is he is your problem now, and he's not mine. So I suggest you deal with it accordingly, and hung up on the other principal. It's like, oh boy. Things have gotten fun today. We're having some fun now. But yeah, that was just school life was wild. I think everyone's life in school gets kind of wild. It's either really good or really crazy. But yeah, like me living out in the boonies with everyone, my first real taste of civilization. Y'all will love this. My first real taste of civilization. My uncle from New York comes in and he's like, "You know what? You ain't got nothing to do out here." I was like, "Not really." I said, "Usually I just stay home, play with some Hot Wheels cars or whatnot." He said, "Nah." He said, "You're a kid." He said, "You're a kid in the '80s." He said, "You've got to have some." This is when I'm like 4. He said, "You're an '80s kid, man. You got to live like an '80s kid." I'm like, "Well, mom and dad can't give me anything like an '80s kid." I said, "All I can get are Matchbox cars because they were like less than $1, and so you could get what your mom and dad could afford." Lo and behold, what happens? My uncle comes back. He went down to the local movie store, rented a Super Nintendo Entertainment System, and brought Mega Man X with it. After that, it was over. It was over for me. I officially have a gaming addiction that I have never been able to kick. It is impossible. It is worse than nicotine. It is worse than cocaine. It's worse than alcohol. Cannot kick this habit. I'm sorry, folks. You can blame my fun uncle for that one. That was the first time I got a real taste of like what life could be like, and I didn't know what a game system was. I couldn't believe you could have a game system because we didn't have cable. We didn't have nothing. We lived like Little House on the Prairie half the time, except we had electricity and Laura Ingalls didn't. All right, get that up there and running. But yeah, that was how we operated a lot. I remember when I we got back in town, we started living in town, and one of the things I wanted to do was I wanted a Game Boy because that's when Pokemon come out, and Pokemon was popular. Okay, Pokemon was the shit. It still is to an extent. Power World's giving them a run for their money, but yeah, you know what? Uh, get good scrub. That's all I have to say to Nintendo right now. But Pokemon come out, and everyone was talking about Pokemon. Everyone liked Pokemon, and I ended up going to my dad, and I was like, "Hey, man, I know I'm getting paid, but it would be all right if." And I asked my dad this just stupidly out of the blue. I said, "Hey, I want to get a Pokemon game. Can I get Pokemon? I have to buy like a whole new system and everything else." My dad looked at me and he goes, "Yeah, you're working on the job. You're making money. It's your money. Go out there and buy what you want." So I worked for about 3 weeks, got the money together. I think it was like $100 and something for a Game Boy, a teal Game Boy Color. Because when I got there, they had a Game Boy Color, and I was like, "Oh yes, I want a color Game Boy," because that was the thing. And then when I got there, they said we don't have any other Pokemon type but yellow. So I had the special Pikachu edition of Pokemon. That was fun. I got to play mine. I met up with some friends of mine that were also playing, and they saw me on the game walking around, and Pikachu was outside the gate, was outside his Pokeball following me. They're like, "Dude, it's just like Ash Ketchum in the TV show, man." I was like, "Yeah, this is fun." One of the few times that was like the first time in my life where I had something brand spanking new, and
You
no one else.
love
I was the rich kid for like a week before the rich kid figured out
fuel
what had
critical.
happened, and they went out and started buying Pokemon Yellow. So I was like the rich kid for a week, but I was already hooked on getting games. I had all kinds of stuff for it. I think I still got that damn thing. But after that was over with, my grandma comes to me one time and she goes, I'm just going through like my whole um, handheld gaming career right now. My grandma comes in there and she goes, "Grandson, what would you like?" You know, she was like old school, and I said, "Well," I said, "Grandma, I would like a Game Boy Advanced." That was the new thing coming out. I wanted a Game Boy Advanced, and I liked Mega Man. And so she got me that and got me Mega Man Battle Network. Good lord, that was such a fun game. My god, I had so much fun playing that. And then everyone that I knew ended up getting it after I got it. So we're all sitting there playing, and I started figuring out you could do the chip, what was it? The chip upgrades, where you stacked a set of chips in there. So you had all your weapons. It was kind of like a combination between a card RPG and an action RPG. So you moved around and you fired a Mega Buster the whole time. You could charge your shots, you could shoot, but you had like a 9. Each player had like a 9 square tile that they operated on. You also had little chips you could get, which were like cards, and so it was like a Yu-Gi-Oh game. This is how the game is played, but if you have a card that says such and such, you can go ahead and just start really messing with the other guy. So one of the things I did was I took the regular sword, I mixed it with the wide sword, which is just a wide blade. The first sword would hit you, what was it? It would hit. The first sword would reach across one block in front of you, and anything inside that block took a high amount of damage. Your Mega Buster could do like 10 points of damage. The regular sword could hit you for like 90. So it could take a chunk of your health out if you could hit the guy. The second sword that would hit would be wide sword. It would hit 3 across. And then there was the long sword that would reach out up to 2 blocks out, and it could hit someone. You combined all 3 of them from sword, wide sword to long sword. You did a chip advance. And the chip advance gave you a sword that, no lie, hit you for 700 points of damage. Because both players could have up to 1,000 points of health. It could rock you with about 700 points of damage. And it could hit 2 tiles out and 3 tiles wide, hitting about 2/3 of your opponent's area. What was worse was I figured out I could combine that with steel. I could take the first part, I could steal the first row of your blocks on your side, then just punch right in there and hit with this giant sword advance and just wreck somebody in a first fight. It's like, yep, got that one out there. And so I stacked it to where I stacked the game to where I had 3 of those. And I never told anyone how that thing operated or what it did. And everybody that I had that was playing me against that hated that move. As soon as steel dropped, God damn it, dude, why the hell you gotta pull this stupid cheating crap? Where did you find these chips? Oh man, they were mad. They were certain. All they knew something was happening was the screen would go dark. I got accused of cheating so many times. It was ridiculous. Hey, man, how you doing? I'm not doing anything. Let me see. What's going on here? Fix the big red crash ship and replace the large containers. Oh, okay, man. Yeah, I'm just mouthing about it for comedic effect. That's all. So it's not a big deal. How we doing? By the way, yeah, that was like the fun part of being a kid in my day. I'm just reminiscing over the past right now. That's all I'm doing. So let's see what we got to do next. I need to put in. Do I have a corridor blocks unlocked on here or on here? Maybe. Could we? No, I don't. Where's the corridor blocks? Need to ask a question. Okay, go ahead, shoot. What question are we asking? Oh, do I need to be online? Hang on. Hold on just a second, everybody. I'll see if I can do this. And I think this is the right one. That the no, that's probably not it. Is that? Okay. Problem I have right now There we go. Maybe that'll work. Let me kick this up here.
Can you hear me?
I think so. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm just checking to see if it's.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I'm watching myself on the live stream.
Yeah.
So my question is, can I grind the welder setup so we can lower the block? Start with the flush setup so we don't have the red issue.
Okay, yeah, I got you. You're online, man. Welcome to the live stream. Anyway, what were we planning here? Okay, what were we just? What was the question exactly?
I said, can I grind the welder setup, start over with the flush setup so we can get rid of the ramp?
Yeah, if you want. We built it up there because it'd be easy. So I mean, if you want to modify it and just make sure that one top layer is on there. What is that? The hexagonal nano looking texture.
I
And
know
put
what you
the
mean. It's,
yeah, just make sure we got the lights and the emergency. Actually, wait a minute. Uh, make the modification to it, and then I'll probably have to talk to Gomer because Gomer is the one that knows how to set up those timer blocks and everything, the event controller like that, which does so many things without everything fucking up. So
oh yeah, I can get it done. I don't know about the event controller stuff, but I can make it work.
yeah, just go ahead and do it. It'll be fine.
All right, take
I
grips
mean,
from another
it'll make it
player.
easier. It'll make it easier getting stuff off of it anyway because the last couple times we've had issues is because we have to go over that stupid ramp. We did that so
Yeah,
we
that
wouldn't have to
ramp is
dig.
pissing me off.
Yeah, we were in a hurry to get that thing done so we could really start ramping up the build process. And while we were
No pun
doing
intended.
that, yeah, while we were doing that, we kept running into problems. We didn't have enough stuff built up and all that nonsense. And so we were like, yeah, we're gonna get that done since we got the assemblers done and everything else. I think Gomer was using a platform to run it and do all that with. Bad part is I just got a text. I think I'm fixing to have to get off and go to work. Or back to work. Back to the grind. But yeah. Yeah, that was and then one of the things that made me want to marry my wife. Guys, so I'll end on this story. My wife comes up to me while we're, dating, and she goes, "Hey, what would you like for your birthday?" Because my birthday was coming up. And she was like, "What would you like for your birthday?" And I go, "I don't know. What's the table?" Because this is what I always ask people. You know, not everyone can get you what you want, so it's always good to like ask what they can get you. And she was like, "No, no, no." She said, "I don't want to know what you want." I don't want to know what you need." She's like, "I want to know what you want." And we're going through there, and I said, just give me some time. Let me think about it. I'll see what I can come up with. We're going through the store one day, and she goes, me and her are talking, and we see the new PS Vita. And I'm looking it over, and I'm like, oh man, I'd really like to have this. She goes, why? I said, because all I got's a Game Boy Advance. I mean, I was having fun with Game Boy Advance, but the PlayStation Vita was out. You could watch movies on it. It was the best system by far. The PSP was the best system that they have made. My birthday rolls around, and my mom was horrified, absolutely horrified, when my future wife brings into the room a brand new PS Vita she just up and bought for me. I did not know she was buying it. And that was a moment where I was like, oh wow, someone got me something I really, really wanted. Like, it wasn't something that I had to worry about getting. I had not asked her to get it. I didn't expect her to get it because she was going through stuff as well. And later on, she told me, she said the reason she got it was because she just wanted to do something really nice for me. And I was like, damn, that's sweet. I don't know what to do with that. So I ended up getting her something nice as well, and I can't remember what I got her. I got her. She wanted a piece of jewelry. That's what she wanted. So I up and got it for her. That's what I did. Super nice when you find that right person that just does all the good stuff, that does stuff for you and doesn't care. Let me see here. Where's that stupid light panel at? There we go. Uh-huh. Alright. That's an issue. Let's go get that stuff and put it in there. Yeah. We've been together for... God, I don't even know how long we've been together. It's not something I worry about. So, I think I've done pretty good. I don't worry about how long we've been together. I just make sure that in June I get something nice for her. Do I want to do this or I want to do some other... We'll do some other light. We'll do some other light. Not that one. But yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to leave this here. I don't think anything bad will happen to it. I do want to get that battery done. I was hoping I'd get enough done on this thing that I could put a solar panel on it. Actually, I think I can do that now. We can just get the batteries on and just have them charging a bit with a solar panel on top. Where's my solar panels? Here's my solar panel. Ooh. This is the one thing I don't like about these solar panels.
Fuel low. Fuel critical.
Eh. Okay, so I guess I'm just going to put the solar panels on the side right here like this. That means I'm going to need a strip of something down the middle.
Yeah, I'm emptying out the grind ship. I'm gonna grind everything down.
Okay. Well, at some point in time, we're going to be heading out and trying to rescue the... Yeah, recover that thing. That's why I'm building this. So we can just traverse those stupid erosion parts and just tear through it like it's nothing.
I'm rebuilding the butters to put a connector in the middle of it, so when you build something with a bottom connector, you can disconnect it, fill it up, and move it.
Well, I am going to have to put a connector somewhere on this thing so I can fuel it back up. That's one issue I'm going to have to solve as soon as we
Did
get
you
done.
hear my idea about the back of it? Put
No, I didn't.
ran like my gray PC on the back of it.
Yeah, I think the engine's in the way, though. This isn't going to be like... Oh, I'm doing a hydrogen engine to run everything, so we got diesel power.
I would just move the hydrogen engine over once and double up on them. That way you have a hallway.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I put 2 engines on there to lead through hydrogen way too quickly. And this will be enough hydrogen to... There should be enough hydrogen tanks on this thing to keep it going. That's the one deal. Proto-Eden, try corridors over passages. Corridors. Oh, yeah. Problem is I won't be able to see that really cool interior skin I got right here, which has the panels as you're walking through. I
Window
could
corridors
probably...
work too.
Do what?
Window corridors?
Yeah. The way I got it set up, though, I can access all the kits and everything inside the ship. So it'll work.
That works too.
Yeah.
And it didn't need to be airtight anyways.
There we go. Alright, let's see. There's that one. And let's see, where did that one start? Right there. So there's two of those set up and ready to go. They'll just be over the top here. There we are. Get these two solar panels done because I'm going to have to take off here in a minute, unfortunately. That way this thing can be getting some kind of charge going once I put the batteries on. And then we can have everything working out like it's supposed to. Let me get battery 1 here ready to go. Alright, 2 batteries. This will take a couple of trips. But that'll be fine. There we go.
I'd stay off the near clear of the welding table. There comes the grind ship.
Oh, okay. I'm probably fixing to take off anyway. I've got a little bit of connector space in here. We can do something with it. And we can add something else, like another room. I was thinking about a small drone to go scout with.
You just put a small grid landing pad on top of it.
Yeah. I was thinking about, though, putting it inside the... putting it inside so that I could... Or, no, I could just put a ladder going up there and just... Then I can do... Yeah, just do some minor repairs. Is all you have to do with it. Trying to get this done. Boy, we're just gonna go over here and drop off everything I've got in the... Actually, I grabbed this one more time. Let me make sure. Okay, that should be everything for that one. Now I can just run pure power cells and everything. Oh, thud, boom. Oh, no. What? Oh, no, 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 no. You shut down now. Off. Good Lord.
Hydrogen engine turn on.
Yeah, I just jacked on. It was like, yep, time to work. I was like, no. No, 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 no. I was like, no, 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 no. We don't need to start working now.
Yeah, that grind. Did you see that the hole I left out of that base? You logged in or not?
What hole?
Where the base was?
Underneath the, Manta?
No, I'm talking about basically attacked last night. How much I ground that place down?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. There was like nothing left.
Yeah, I scavenged the Jesus out of that thing.
Yeah, that was the base chat where we were, me and Dog were in there going to check it out. I took the Hemet with me because I was like, yeah, we'll take the Hemet. It's got all kinds of cargo space and everything. It'll work out great. And got over there, and it had an assault turret or assault cannon turret on top, and it just started lobbing shells at us. It was like, or mostly dog was getting shells lobbed at him, and I was like, oh yeah, I don't want none of that. I just stayed back, pulled out a camera, and started helping, which is one of the things this thing is going to be able to do. If we can get a drone going, there, I'll set it to recharge. And what we got going on now. Now when the sun comes up, whatever energy we get on the solar panels will just solar panel up. And I'll have some energy. I'll work on the rest of it probably tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I'll probably get this done, and maybe tonight we'll go get the Hemet. That'll be a good test run of this thing. I'm not even sure what we're going to call it. So if you guys in the chat want to throw me some ideas and just say, you know, call it this, call it that, I'll take them into consideration. Yeah, everybody is going to be asking, what are they going to name this thing? I need to...
I like Landscarf, but that's all right.
Oh, that went weird. But yeah, hopefully I can get this thing, we'll get it figured out. The front wheels are going to be the ones that turn, so it should... I've found that to be a pretty stable way of turning a rover, so we'll do that. But anyway, folks, hope you guys enjoyed the live stream. I may live stream tonight as well to make up for it because I'm going to be doing some stuff next week, and I'm not even going to be here for most of it. So anyway, I'll try to have some videos up and ready to go. Might have a shenanigans video of us just messing around because I've still got a whole bunch of video I have to edit through. You guys will get to see that probably. And someone sent me a file with the actual fleet, I think, of the, what are they called? The Factorum. So I'll probably be able to do 2 Factorum videos, hopefully, with that, if I can figure out how to make that work. I am pretty computer illiterate. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I am Badger Wild, and this has been Dog as well, special guest. I guess we could say that. Okay, Dog's not answering. It'll be fine.
I mean, don't want to jump in, dude.
Welcome to YouTube, man. Everybody, we're all flying by the seat of our pants. We don't know how to do this crap.
You know, the next episode you do the Factorum file.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna do the Factorum at some point. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Badger Wild, stay safe, stay frosty. See you guys next video. Goodbye for now.
Oh.